Hello everyone, this is the Super Wig Maker, and today I decided to finish a video that I started long time ago, and this is about a woman topper. First of all, a woman topper is for women that usually have thinning hair. It's almost like a men's toupee, but usually women don't have real baldness, so they prefer to have a woman topper that they put on top of the hair. It looks like that a little bit. It's almost like a closure. You can call it closure if you want to. It has many ways to be done, and the shapes and sizes can vary according to the client. And what you do is you just put it on top of your own hair, and you have your own hair leave out, of course, because it's not a real toupee. This is why it's less expensive than a toupee. You don't glue it down. You usually clip it or sew it down, like a closure that so many women do when they have wefted installation, the weave that they put on the hair. They usually put a topper. That's what they do. It's a closure. So I'm gonna show you the hair that she sent me. It used to be virgin, but a person just dyed it for her. I would prefer to do it by myself, but it's okay. It has a lot of fillers though, and I really need to club the hair according to length, and the length is supposedly 24 inches, but oh well, the fillers. I'm gonna show you up close what I did. I just put these rubber bands here on this spot to keep all the long hair that I want to keep, and then I'm going to remove the rubber band on top of it to show you how the hair looks there and what I'm gonna do both for the dark spot and the short strands. This is how it looks, and the reason is that the person that dyed the hair, this is bundle hair, not wefted. She just dyed everything, and the spot where there was a rubber band could not be bleached or dyed, so that spot remained dark. I could cut this off, but I really think that cutting this piece off is gonna be just a waste of length. So I'm gonna show you later how I bleached it. I did remove a little bit on top, but most of it I just kept it so as to keep the full length, because I already lose a lot of length because the hair is very thin in the ends, and I remove so many short strands, you will see in a moment. So I really didn't want to get rid of this thick root spot. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. It's a little blurry here, but you can see clearly what I'm doing. Do you remember the rubber bands that I put previously? They serve the purpose that they hold the longest strands, and the shortest strands are being free, so I can brush them off. I can back comb the hair. Anything shorter than the point where I put the rubber bands in the body of this hair is gonna fall off, is not kept by anything other than the strands themselves. So by combing it, I'm actually removing strands. It's like clubbing hair, but I don't really separate it according to length. I just remove strands shorter than a specific length, and I keep the longest strands only. I did this for all bundles that I had. This is small bundles of short hair. You can see that I just kept them ready. I'm gonna send them back to the girl so she sees how much I didn't use about it. This is ridiculous how much stealing it goes. And I'm gonna use this hair, and first I'm gonna have to bleach the hair on the top so as I won't have to cut it. So I'm gonna be using the blue powder and Oxy-Cream 20 Volt developer, and then I'm gonna make the consistency of a very thick paste. And then of course I'm gonna apply it to the dark spots, trying not to overlay too much on the blonde parts already. Of course I can't do that, and I will have to remove a little bit of the tips because they're already blonde a little bit, and they're gonna be bleached enough. I don't remember how many times I had to bleach this. I think I bleached it like 2 times and left it for like 30 minutes each time, wrapped in a bag. To make the base, I'm going to use a mannequin head because I don't want the topper to be extra flat. I just want it to have a little bit of curve. It's not custom made, so I'm using a mannequin head, and I'm putting a paper with some specifications that I pre-drawn, and I'm just pinning it down, and I'm also trying to create the curves by folding the paper here and there. And then I am putting some markings on the paper itself to remind me the way I want the hair to fall in direction. For the base, I'm gonna use some Stage Lace by Kryolan. This is something like a monofilament, a fish line net, very transparent and very durable at the same time. It's a little bit expensive, but it will do the job. So I zoomed in a little bit. As you see, I have already pinned it down, and now I'm stitching the folds because I will ventilate all the layers so the hair will do keep the folds as well, but I really want it to be more secure. So I'm using fish net line to to stitch it and be as transparent as possible. The fish line here looks identical to the lace itself because they're made from the same material. And right here, what you see me doing is that I have left a little bit of excess lace and I'm stitching it down, trying not to stitch in with the needles as well. So I remove them and then stitch it. And of course, I'm going to do this in all perimeter except for the front, because the front part, I don't want it to have seams because I want it to look as natural as possible. And right here, you can see how it looks. I'm going to zoom in this photo so you can see all the details, the direction from the paper, the seams, probably the folds as well. I don't know if they're visible. Let me just see. Yeah, you can see a little bit of the details. Nothing special here, just the markings and everything else. And I am ready to ventilate the hair on this piece and see how it works out. I'll have to put a little bit of black contrast in order to make things more visible. And here you can see better the details now. Everything is more visible. And because I see no markings anymore, I just put a little bit of non-permanent thread to remember where I have to put the things. I'm going to prepare the hair, and if you have seen my previous videos, I prep my returns. I want them to be a bit 10 centimeters or 4 inches about, but I don't want the ends to be a blunt cut. So what I'm doing is I'm spreading the hair, pulling some of the strands slightly and gradually, so the ends are now a little bit more leveled, and it just fades out for a more natural look, and it won't be just a blunt cut. So I'm starting with the ventilation. The hair direction is going to be, if you have watched the video about the ventilation direction, you're gonna see that I'm talking about side-by-side ventilation with the hinge effect. So the hair will lay flat when she parts it, because this is a topper, so it doesn't really need to be fluffy or anything. She just needs to cover her own hair, and this direction is going to be better. Of course, the direction is not going to be like this for the rest of the topper. You're going to see in a moment the other areas how I make them. Here you can see a little bit of the progress in some photos. Nothing special, it's just that I just finished all the topics and then I left the side seams alone, so I'm going to ventilate them a little bit more dense, and I'm going to show this on video. Let me just remove the braid and show you. This is the top, this is the side, this is the other side, this is the back, and this is the front. This is what left to do, and I'm going to show you exactly how I ventilate on each side. Let's go to one of the seams in the side and see. So the sides, the returns are going to be very short because I really don't care. This is not going to be visible. The hair is going to be too thick here, so I'm going to keep the length by folding very high. I'm going to ventilate here a little bit too dense, and you're going to see it fast forward just for a small time. Multiple strands per knot, single knot, and this is going to be throughout all the seams. Now this is the back. As you can see here, there are the seams. The seams are still going to have a lot of hair here. This is the direction that the hair is going to have. I'm showing you using some thread, and I know what to do. I know how to change the direction. You can watch my ventilation direction, change direction video. I have it. I'm gonna put it only in the description. The seams are gonna have much hair here because the hair is gonna spread, so I really want to have good coverage here. The density will gradually fade in, a little less thickness, and then it's gonna go to the normal thickness of the top. This is fast forward ventilation in the seams, just like the sides. This is how it's going to be done, and I'm going to show you a few photos now. I have just finished the seams in the back. You can see how thick they are. They already cover enough, but I'm gonna fill the area above that with the direction that I just showed you in the seams, and the density is gonna fall lower, of course, to look more normal. So let me just show you up close how it looks. And here you can see me ventilating a little bit and filling this area, and I'm gonna show you the finished result. And this is the final result of the back of the piece. You can see that it looks, uh, in my opinion, flawless. You don't see where things start and end. There is the normal density, and then suddenly the density gets thicker, but you don't see that because the hair is covering everything, and then somewhere the toupee is stopping, it doesn't go all the way down, but you still cannot see that. So this means that this wiglet, this topper, is going to conceal the hair underneath very well. And I'm showing a little bit of parting so you can see how much the free parting is, because this is just not just a centered piece. You can actually part a little on the side, although I don't really think it's necessary, but you can still do a side parting. And I'm ready to ventilate the front part. This is the most important part of all the topper. The front's gonna have open lace. Of course, I'm gonna cut the excess. I'm not gonna have any seams or folds here because it's gonna be visible. And the hair direction here is important. It's gonna have shuffling like the back. The only difference with the back is that the front part will be partable, which means that you will be able to part it up until the front and nothing is going to be visible. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the progress, single strand, single knot throughout the unit. Even in the sides here, I don't really want too much of a density, and it was a little tricky to change the direction everywhere. I mean, I know how to do it, but it always needs a little care. This is the finished result. I still haven't brushed it well. This is the front. It's quite natural. It almost looks like a front piece of a unit. This is the back. As you can see, it's very thick, much thicker than the front. You cannot part it here, as you can see. And yeah, it looks great. And now there are a few things that I need to do. Okay, now I've finished, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take thin slices of hair, and I'm going to blow dry them. And what this will do is it's going to heat seal the knot. It's gonna make it tighter and smaller, and it's also gonna set a little bit the direction of the hair. I'm gonna do this for all the toupee, of course. And I'm actually gonna blow dry it one last time, because this way I'm setting so prominent direction lines, because as you can see, the middle, it's a little prominent, but by blow drying the whole unit, when it's finished, you can set your own directions if you want to. This is a center part, but this is a free parting toupee, so you can do whatever you want. I'm gonna heat seal, of course, the whole unit, and then I'm gonna blow dry it one last time to, smooth out a little bit these direction lines that I have created. Everything has to be perfect, and the end product is gonna look very good. I'm finished. This is the inside of the wiglet and how it looks. It's still not finished, of course. I have to do a few more things, and I'm gonna explain you what I did and why I did it. Let me just show you. I'm going to remove this silver lining that I had. This is the front part. I don't need it anymore. I'm going to remove that. And this is the excess lace that I'm showing you. I will cut it later. For now, I'm going to leave it. The lace doesn't fray on this direction, so it's secure enough, and I can cut it, and you're going to see how good it looks. Okay, before I continue to attaching the clips, I would like to tell you that there are a lot of ways to make a topper. It could be just wefted, or just a closure, or a real topper, doesn't matter. What the options you have is if you want to have a fabric beneath it, or a real silk top, or if you don't want to have. If you put a fabric beneath the closure or the topper, you need even the front and the perimeter to be thick enough to hide this fabric. If it's not thick enough, it's not going to hide it, it's going to be a little bit more visible. So she requested the front not to be very thick, so as to be more realistic, just like her thinning hair. And she also requested a fabric beneath the topper. I think it's not going to work very well, but we will have to see the results. So I'm just going to do what she said, and let's see how it looks. So to make the topper, the fabric for the topper, sorry, I put the same piece of paper that I used to make the base with the lace. Then I put the fabric on top of it, created some folds, and now I'm cutting the fabric to the exact shape and size of the topper. This is the finished result. I didn't show the whole process, and I'm going to be using some nylon thread again to attach the clip. Now, the way that I attached the fabric first is that I just stitched it all the way around with circular stitchings, so as to make sure that even the sides and the ends are going to be kept in. I'm using the same method to put the clips as well. I'm stitching it all the way around, not only in the holes that it has, because this way not only have a better security for the clip as well and a better grip, but I'm sure that I'm not putting too much tension on a specific spot while the whole clip is being attached to these two spots. You know that I'm not creating weak points in the base at all, because you know it's just the tension is evenly spread. When I'm finished, you can see how it looks. See how everything is attached. It can open and close. And what I have to do is actually some strands might be you know, caught, sorry, on the net, the stitching. So what I have to do is just brush everything out to make sure that any strands that are being caught on the stitchings are going to be just about okay. All right, and now I'm going to show you in a photo how I made this the clip attachment and how I stitched all the way around just to be sure that it's secure enough. Finally, the finished product. The lighting of the room is not very good, so don't judge the color. The hair is not orange or red. I just want to show you how the toupee looks like. I mean, I'm going to show you a photo in the end with better lighting. You already saw the hair color. This is the thickness. For a topper, it's just fine. It's good enough. I almost show my face here. Oh my god. And yeah, I'm going to show you up close how it looks. The hair is a little shorter in the front because I just chose the shortest strands because the long ones were not enough. This is how it looks. This is how the inside looks with all the clips attached. As you can see, I have put a lot. They are like 7 of them. Yeah, that's how it is. This is gonna be extra secure. She's gonna clip it on her head and it's gonna stay there for good. This is the front. You can see the front a little bit, I think. This is, let me just show you the top first. It looks so nice from the normal side, but I want to show you the front a little bit. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. She's gonna have a little problem concealing this fabric from the top. I don't know how she's gonna do that. If she really needs, I can remove that for her free of charge and reattach the clips. It's gonna take a little time, of course, but I'm not gonna charge anything. Let me just show you from the top how it looks. Yeah, my hair looks a little better in color right here. Everything looks good. It looks good enough. It looks like a scalp. You can part the hair everywhere. It's free parting except for the seams, of course. She will be able to wear her normal hair extensions beneath that. Nothing is going to be visible. And right now I'm just going to show you a photo so you can see a little better detail, probably with a better lighting. This is how the hair, this is the hair color actually. I'm going to zoom in a little bit and show you how it looks. Yeah, I'm satisfied, and I hope she's satisfied as well. I have sent it already. She sent me a few photos. She does have a little problem with the fabric underneath. I'm not going to show you any photos because ever since I sent it to her and she did pay me, I didn't ask for money, but she offered 100 euros for that. I said, okay, whatever you want. And she said that she loved it, but she had a small problem concealing the font. As I told you, I already have a photo and I really know the problem now. But I told her to send it back, but ever since I didn't really listen and I didn't hear from her again. So I really don't know why she didn't send it back. Maybe she fixed it herself, but she didn't even say anything about that. She paid for that. It's not a scam. I'm a little, worried about her. Where is she? Why doesn't she reply? What happened to the topper? Because she paid for that, and I really want to make sure that she's gonna make good use of that. Uh, yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If she sends it back to me so I can remove the fabric, or if she speaks to me at all, I'm gonna make an update on this issue. I'm gonna make another video showing you how it looked with the fabric underneath, how she wore it, and if she sends it back for me to remove the fabric, then I'm gonna show you more photos of how it looks without the fabric. But for now, I don't really think it matters because she hasn't spoken to me ever since. Like, I mean, she didn't even check her emails because the mail is still marked as unseen in my Gmail mailer. So I really don't know what happened to her. I'm really worried. But yeah, that's it. Don't ask me if I make more toppers for people. It's too time consuming, it's labor intensive. I don't really want to do this for a living, for sure. Thanks for watching, keep up the good work, and stay tuned for more videos.